Memo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. At this point, akwa dane say obibia enchusu ne side. MPP for next week. Omo ye demonstration na say ye ne aye nim de ekoso. Na nini na ejina Chief Justice ehon sensem ehon. Atiase. Today Senior Makano, I'll probably be doing an editorial on that, and Ghanaians would want to wait for it. Very explosive. Okay, we'll go back in time in 2008. A scandal that happened between the MPP and then the Chief Justice then. And then you realize Ghana has said, MPP for us already will more defend the Chief Justice. There is some relationship between the MPP and the Chief Justice, and today we will see that. Now, anyway, the Progressive People's Party, PPP, Eden Krata Babetuja, Omo Ekasetia, the MPP for demonstration, no, and MPP for stance our more peke against the Mahama government on the suspension of the Chief Justice. No, now let her not end that screen in him. The person you can near the PPP for now. I'll say Progressive People's Party statement on the suspension of the Chief Justice. Accra, April 28, 2025. In the no release here. I say the Progressive People's Party, PPP, has been following with keen interest the recent suspension of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. We wish to reiterate our firm belief that the suspension, as executed by the President, was lawful and in full compliance with the due process of law as enshrined in our 1992 Constitution. PPP4 can say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama dia woye no untia emra. According to 1992 Constitution, with this superpepe. As a due process necessitates adherence to established principles of procedure, respect for the rule of law, and the safeguarding of an individual's rights. In this instance, it is our understanding that the President acted on the advice of the Council of State in suspending the Chief Justice. I say, this action followed a preliminary determination of prima facie case against the Chief Justice made by the President in consultation with the same Council of State. I mean, we've gone through this. I've gone through this for about a week now, and we all know it is a reason why the MPP at this point can't even name one infractioner or more a claim His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will breach the Constitution. They can't even name one infraction. As a furthermore, we acknowledge that the Chief Justice was afforded the opportunity to respond to the specific allegations outlined in the petitions presented. This process, in our view, unequivocally demonstrates the President's commitment to adhering to laid down procedures, upholding the rule of law, and respecting fundamental human rights. Say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, at the end of the day, or my Chief Justice, no, emre, say one train adwin. Na adwintra Chief Justice, no, etre, no, nini na no, atre say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, with dimbraso, wo bunipa, efa hundie. Or see, the Constitution remains the supreme law of our land, applicable to all persons and in all circumstances. Therefore, the PPP maintains its position that no constitutional provisions have been breached by the President in the matter of the current Chief Justice. I say a constitution na yedi juma ewo Ghana kurom ha. Na omu PPP de omu atenase ehu say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wontia mra bia ontia constitution no. We call upon all parties to remain calm and allow the constitutional processes to proceed without hindrance. Into a more fret, so we be anye kom na embrano enye nejuma. We find it pertinent to express our concern regarding the stance taken by the Ghana Bar Association. Into Ghana Bar Association for omo stance awomo taking no PPP for so womontia. And I want people to come out to speak against the Ghana Bar Association. Ghanaians say, was say Ghana for sure say Mama Ghana Bar Association for TRC. The Ghana Bar Association, Ghanaians will not allow the Ghana Bar Association to be used for some political actors for their political gains, their personal gains. It was see Ghana Bar Association for stance a one way taking no say, as an association of learned lawyers, we had hoped the Ghana Bar Association would affirm the adherence to due process in this matter. Instead, their call for a suspension of the Chief Justice's suspension is perplexing and could be interpreted as an attempt to suspend due process itself, potentially setting aside portions of our constitution. Say Ghana Bar Association and Kiyeka, muye lawyers fuku. Na Kiyeka na nka mumpo ene wose mudi emraso ewo kurum ha. Nanso mo Ghana Bar Association fo mum epese ye di due process no eto ho. Na Chief Justice no, yes, suspending the suspension. What be that? As such calls from the Ghana Bar Association and other entities are not only a threat to our democratic principles, but also suggest a selective and subjective application of the law, contingent on the individuals involved. While we respect the democratic right of individuals and groups to defend the Chief Justice and advocate for her reinstatement, we must also underscore the fundamental principle of accountability within a democracy. Opesa support Chief Justice as supporting no. Now so a democracy ni edi ejuma. Na democracy not the fundamental lever of a democracy, and they say no one is above the law. It is a Ghana Bar Association. Mo asha sese mo kasa ma obi a nti obi fufuro de ne de ba mo no so mo be kan ma no ananse ne de ba ne de mo be gya no because onye mo part of mo kuo no. Also the principle of strict separation of powers, crucial for preventing interference between the arms of government, must not preclude the opportunity for citizens to hold the heads of these institutions accountable. It is in this spirit that the Constitution provides clear avenues for holding not just the Chief Justice, but also the President and the Speaker of Parliament accountable. For clarity, our Constitution lays out explicit procedures for the removal of the President, the Speaker of Parliament, the Chief Justice, Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, and other public office holders. Into what say Ghana mremu no opese oyi president a atre se nya obeye na we president no opese oyi Chief Justice a ebetre opese oyi Speaker of Parliament ebetre ni na yembra ti ende ye de Chief Justice na yembra na ye di so. Also in the specific case of the Chief Justice, Article 146 clearly outlines the procedure to be followed, and it's our assessment that these provisions have been fully respected by the President in the current situation. Until the Chief Justice the removal no ni now Article 146 clearly no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he has followed the procedure. The privileges, conditions of service, powers, and the honor bestowed upon the heads of the three arms of state necessitate that they are held to the highest standards of accountability. We recall the events of 2018 concerning the removal of members of the Electoral Commission, including its chairperson. The PPP's position at the time was clear. If these individuals had not engaged in acts of stated misbehavior and incompetence, there would be no basis for their removal. Ultimately, the Committee of Inquiry found procurement violations constituting stated misbehavior, leading to the chairperson's removal. A process later validated by the Supreme Court. Therefore, in our defense of the Chief Justice, we must not lose sight of the essential requirements of accountability, due process, the rule of law, and absolute compliance with constitutional provisions. Signed, Nana Ofori Owusu, Chairman, Progressive People's Party, into PPP 4, Nsema Wamwaka no. Omo abo Ghana Bar Association fo echi se se call a womu make no sebe ye hemu a obi be se nyanza bia nim nyanza bia. You don't even need the PPP to say this. And basically that's that. Mama Watiase, and I'll say I've constantly said this, and I'm going to say it again. You see, say ekuo bi ti say Ghana Bar Association for ye dia omo ye na. It is right say Ghana fo ni na ebe sorry. na Ghana for a wɔn nso afili otherwise no akasa. Ama wate ase enye omo a omo eye bone no and at the end of the day omo di bone o. Omo nim papa etena hye ema bonefo no edi bone no. Ye kan obi a wo di bone pa na eyo no. Ntia na asantefo bu be se openyi tine fie na nkola awe na nka e kan nka wefo a wono nso ka bi because penyi no ono no woni madepa. Anke wo se wo tre nkola ne se de mo ye ne nye but otena ase na ohwe ti ye kan ono nso ka bonefo ne ho bi. Nti PPP fo ye da ase. Obi anfa ne voice nka mo tre mo adwen me da ase.